Hello everybody, I am Human565 and today we will be talking about Bestial Branded Centur-Ion. Because I couldn't stop thinking about the deck, I couldn't stop making combos on the fly for the deck. While I was taking an exam, I just couldn't stop thinking about the deck. I mean, after I finished the exam, I just started making combos for this row deck of mine. So here I am. I'm gonna be compiling combos I've made for this rogue deck during my exam, and also deck building theory and side deck patterns. And I think that's enough to call this video a masterclass. So here we go. Why play Branded Bystial Centur-Ion? Well, Centurion provides access to plays under common turn-ending hand traps, Bestial provides a draw engine, access to synchro level 10s, and access to hand traps and recursion. Fallen of the White effectively provides more starters and extension plays than normal Centurion, as well as added interruptions. Do note though, whenever you're able to synchro summon Primera Primus, and you do not have the Centurion lock online via Emblem of Oath, and you haven't yet used WALBAZ or the effective Ecclesia in the Dark, you can use your Centurion plays to synchro summon Ecclesia, then take a small detour to your WALBAZ plays, then you can just Primera Primus anyway. Let's start the deck building with Centur-Ion, as it is the main part of the deck. It's our main way to play the game for this deck. We need 3 Primera as well as 3 Trudea. These are all normal summons. I will emphasize Trudea more, as Trudea cannot be ashed, which is good as a starter. But also, importantly, Trudea places itself into the spell trap zone, which is important for things like True Awakening or Wake Up Centurion, and also synchro summoning the opponent's turn when you summon Trudea. But also, it places from the hand or deck. I will emphasize hand, as a lot of the other Centurion cards that place monsters place specifically from the deck. Let's look at Stand-Up Centurion. This one places from the deck. Let's look at Emblem of Oath. This one places a monster from the deck. While Trudea is able to get our bricks out of the hand, specifically HEI and Gargoyle, Emeth if you play it, and Chimera if you play it. So just keep that in mind. Trudea can get rid of your bricks in hand. Next, 3 Stand-Up Centurions, and then 3 Emblem of Oath. Stand-Up Centurion here is very integral to the strategy of the deck, as sometimes your board isn't very good when you pass your turn, but when you're able to synchro summon on the opponent's turn, the deck suddenly gives it interruptions, or makes its interruptions from here on the opponent's turn. I also want to emphasize Stand-Up Centurion as well as Emblem of Oath, because they are combo starters or powerful extenders without using the normal summon. Primera and Trudea are starters, all 6 of them, but if you normal summon them and then get interrupted, say Infinite Impermanence, it is harder to extend from there than if you started with Stand-Up Centurion or if you started with Emblem of Oath. Because a lot of your engine pieces want to be normal summoned, or special summoned from the spell trap zone. Emblem of Oath as well as Stand-Up place them directly to the spell trap zone, meaning you can just special summon them without using your normal summon. Then if, for example, Stand-Up Centurion places Primera, and when you summon Primera it gets impermed. Now you can still use your normal summon for Trudea or something else like Fallen of the White without locking you with Fallen of the White's hand effect. Also, it's not often used very much, but Emblem of Oath being able to set Stand-Up Centurion sometimes comes up, as you want to place monsters from the deck without locking yourself. So Emblem Oath setting stand up to then place from the deck gets kind of the same thing as stand up without blocking you while that name is on the field. Next for the bricks, Emeth and True Awakening. True Awakening is not very good, as if you're able to search it, it isn't very much, or you've already accessed the whole combo, so this is just a win more card. Emeth is used to return the monster that you summoned from the spell trap zone to the spell trap zone again for True Awakening fuel. And at that point, if you don't play Emeth, don't play True Awakening. If you don't play True Awakening, don't play Emeth. They're both bricks, just don't run them. Then Gargoyle and HI, both of these are bad draws, but quite important for the deck and what it's trying to do. Let's take HI first. This card allows you to draw cards almost every single turn, as your Auxilla and your Legacia can replace it from the graveyard. Then HI can draw one card on your turn, then HI can draw one card on the opponent's turn, which is very, very good for the deck's grind game, or for providing you access to draw hand traps, as the deck's end boards are quite meager. It's important to play one. Now Gargoyle here, it's important for combo pieces, as it reduces its level, meaning it's not just an 8, you can modulate it. If you deem worthy to start with Auxilla first before Primera Premise, if you're scared of hand traps like Droll or Nibiru, then Gargoyle is your best thing here, as it chain blocks the search of Auxilla and the search of Primera Premise. And also adds itself back to hand, so you can send your Trudea to the grave, from Spell Trap Zone to the grave, to summon Gargoyle in order to get another level 8 body, instead of having Trudea dead on board. Now, another brick, 2 more bricks, Wake Up and Centur-Ion Phalanx. You can play 2 Centur-Ion Phalanx, one to search for an interruption, or one to send with Wake Up, but it's better not to play cards that don't do anything by themselves. Wake Up Centur-Ion is a very important card in the deck, as it gives you another body, but also sends Phalanx, which will give you another body. Most of the time you're going to use Phalanx to summon Primera Premise, to get a non-tuner with Wake Up and a tuner with Phalanx. Or, if you get Nibiru'd while you have Auxilla on the field, you can use Phalanx to summon Auxilla, and at that point you're gonna still have quite a good board through Nibiru. Then for our extra deck ratios, Primera Premise bridges from Branded into Centur-Ion, also just an important card to combo with in your normal Centur-Ion combo. You can play 2 Legacia, but I advocate to play only 1, as the second Legacia is there so that you can draw a card and do another interruption when you're already playing the game. The second Legacia only comes up if you're already able to play the game, and I would much rather prefer to have the bare minimum so I can have more slots for cards that I might need. And then Auxilla is important as a one-of, as it provides protection and places from the graveyard banishment. The banishment part is important as it kind of makes the deck fine into macro or shifter. Display 3 of these as the mandatory Centur-Ion cards. Now here we have Centur-Ion Bonds and Centur-Ion Chimera. Primeria acts as an interruption, as a negate, and Bonds acts as an extender or to get bricks out of your hand. It's another way to get HRI and Gargoyle out of your hand. I prefer to run Bonds rather than not, as the field effect is good, but also the grave effect is good. Now Primeria, it serves as Nibiru protection sometimes, depending on your combo, and also as a negate on the opponent's turn. But it's hard to justify, as if you're getting Primeria, again, just like many other cards here, it's win more. Let's just put it in the side deck for now as something to consider. Just know that Primeria, if you play it, you have a very good line into Nibiru, as when you're able to Synchro Summon level 12 for Exila, you can chainlink one stand up, then if your opponent chains Nibiru, which they're basically forced to, because if they don't Nibiru, you're gonna Synchro Summon Auxilla and search. So if they chain Nibiru, we have Primeria to negate, or like change the effect. Next, for our branded cards, Fallen of the White. Now Fallen of the White is important here because it serves as a normal summon 1-card combo with a discard, of course. Every combo needs a discard because of Branded Bystial Centur-Ion, just know that. The hand effect of Fallen of the White is great as extender. A lot of these here are extenders themselves. Stand-ups and Emblema Oaths are extenders, but also Fallen of the White Dragon. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extenders in your deck. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 starters in your deck. And then Ecclesia. We need 1 Ecclesia in the Dark Dragon, and we need 1 Incredible Ecclesia. Fallen of the White, yeah, just needs Incredible Ecclesia. It gives you another tuner. It gives you your tuner to Synchro Summon level 8, but also, if you're gonna be playing Branded, you need the Golden Sword Soul. This turns your Fallen of the White Dragon from 1 Synchro level 8 monster into 2 level 8 Synchro monsters. So you can use your Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon to make your Primera premise. Next, I think it's important that we play the Fallen of WALBAZ, as it turns Ecclesia the Dark Dragon not only into a way for a Synchro Summon level 8 monster, it also turns Ecclesia the Dark Dragon into 2 interruptions. Fallen of WALBAZ fuses, 1 interruption, then the monster that you fusion summon, Mirror Jade or Dogma, will shuffle or banish cards. 2nd interruption. Next, for our Bestial engine, I think it's important just to play the bare minimum. At the bare minimum, you need 1 Bestial Rebellion, 1 Magnamut, and 1 Regained. This 3-card engine is able to give you access into another level 8 body, yep, draws, searches, and access to Synchro level 10s, which we will add into the deck later. Depending on your locals or on the metagame, of course you can play more bestials as hand traps, just raw hand traps, like Jurisworm and Baldrake. So our engine is 5 cards, and 3 of them being hand traps. And then for the rest, you have you have 13 slots for non-engine, but also 3 hand traps already in the deck. Or you can just place them into the side deck as well. Here I will also talk about your extra deck. As we are talking about deck theory, of course we're also going to talk about the extra deck. So we need Crimson Dragon. Crimson Dragon gives us access to our level 12 Omni Negates, which is Cosmic Blazar. 1 to summon for our turn, and 1 to summon on the opponent's turn. In order for full pure Centurion combo to be absolute peak full combo, we need to play Synchro Rumble, which is something that we can also delegate to the side deck, but it's better that we have it into the main deck if we're able to go first. We need some Synchro level 10 monsters, so Bystial Dissipator comes to mind first, as it is an interruption and also a summon. And then, oh wait, I forgot to put the, wait, what? Okay. Yeah, put in our Dissipator. Then, of course, if you're in the OCG, play Baron de Fleur. But even if you can't play Baron, the Chaos Angel and the Chaos Archfiend are very good. And here's why. Because of the Bestials being dark monsters and Primera being a light, as well as Ecclesia being a light, you get easy access to Chaos Angel to protect your whole board from monster effects, banish your card, and also from being destroyed by battle. Chaos Angel protection is like very insane, we will admit. Chaos Archfiend is a deck card for going second. WALBAZ plus Ecclesia makes Chaos Archfiend so easily. You can make Chaos Archfiend using Primera and Trudea. Using both pairs, you can summon Chaos Archfiend and also Chaos Archfiend easily gains 2000 attack by banishing your Ecclesia. So it's gonna be at 45, and then you can attack all monsters once each. So just by summoning Chaos Archfiend and having a banished monster, oh no, by having any banished cards, so it can be Wake Up, you can just hit every one of the opponent's monsters, then clear the board just that way, and so that way Chaos Archfiend can soak up a lot of interruptions, or like just at the very least it can eat one interruption by destroying it. But even if it is destroyed or leaves the field, you can summon Chaos Angel, which will then not have protection effects, but it can still banish, so it trades kinda evenly. It either trades for the whole board, or trades for banish, or trades one interruption into one banish too. Then I think we should still play SP. Here we can... Oh wait, no. We don't really have any slots for Super Poly in our extra deck, because we have the Branded engine. Remember when I said that Fusion Dark Guardian turns into interruption on the opponent's turn? That's because we have this, which can go into Mirror Jade. You can use Lubellion to shuffle your cards back. Dogma to fusion summon using 2 monsters on the opponent's field. And then Albion, yeah, definitely Albion. And pair with Albion the Fallen Virtuous. Now that is the whole extra deck. Now there's one thing that we can change in the extra deck here, and that being having a second copy of the Crimson Dragon. Why would we want a second copy of the Crimson Dragon? It is for the Nibiru combos. If your opponent Nibiru's you, there are some lines that I will not be showing in this video because they're mostly already made Centur-Ion lines, so I will not be covering them in this video. You can play the second copy of Crimson Dragon when you're scared of Nibiru, as you can just summon another Crimson Dragon if your first one gets sent to the graveyard, as another way to access your level 12 synchro monsters. I mean, Cosmic Blazar specifically. And yeah, that's like the one kind of thing to think about in the extra deck. It's your choice whether you want to play around or like play under Nibiru in that way. I don't think you have any space for Super Polymerization, but Super Polymerization is still a very powerful card. But it's a board breaker, and I think for this deck, hand traps are more effective, or like better non-engine, as you have multiple ways to draw cards. Legacia draws cards, and HCI draws cards a lot, as well as Regain. So like you can kind of draw 3 cards or 1 to 2 cards every few turns, which is why we just play every hand trap that can be used if you just simply draw them. So Ghost, Ogre, Ghost Bell, Mourner, Ash Bell, Ogre, Swan, probably just 1 or 2, depending, again, 1 in the side deck. Ghost Ogre, Mourner, Veiler. Veiler's better because you can't activate Imperm John and you already have a board. These cards, what else we can play? We can kind of play Psyframe Gears in the main deck. Is it a good idea to play this? It's just another hand trap and brick. We already have so many bricks in the deck. It can be relegated to the side deck. And yeah, I think Psyframes are actually important to note for the side deck, as you really need to stop the opponent from playing their cards going second. Well, I'll be talking about side deck patterns in a little bit after we finish the non-engine. What other non-engine can we play? Well, of course, I almost forgot. Droll and Lockbird. Wait, no. The problem with Droll and Lockbird in the main deck is that your hand traps must stop all of the opponent's plays. You can't let them do anything at all. You must negate their first card and hope they don't have an extender. I think we can play... Yeah, we can probably just play Imperm. Cut an Imperm for Ghost Ogre, because drawing Ghost Ogre is better than drawing Imperm if you already have a board, aka with the effect of HCI or the effect of Legacia. Now, that's all our non-engine. Now let's talk about side deck patterns. Like, what should we have in the side deck? And, yeah. Of course, the Bestials could be here. A Chimera could be here. You can justify main decking Centur-Ion Chimera if and only if Nibiru is a popular card in the metagame. If Nibiru is not a popular card in the metagame, if you don't expect it to be in people's side decks or main decks, then you can relegate to cutting Chimera, or just putting it in the side deck, going first. Baldric and Jewsworm, they're good if the opponent's playing Lion Dark deck. Not all the time the opponent's gonna be playing Lion Dark deck, so that's why there's only Magnemite in here in the main deck. But more Bestials Post side, if the opponent is playing a deck that is bad against Bestials, that's very good. We don't need a third Ghost Ogre. Droll, these are only good if the opponent hard loses to Droll. Other than that, don't play Droll. Psy-frames actually. Psy-frame. Post side, it is justifiable to play the one that negates spells. Which one is negate? Delta? Spell card. Post side, it is justifiable to play 3 Psy-frame Delta, 1 Psy-frame Gear Gamma, and 1 Psy-frame Driver. That is because, again, we must throw hand traps at the opponent and hope they have no extenders. Because even a half-board Centur-Ion cannot really break it. Let's all be honest. Centur-Ion is not good at breaking boards. It's good at throwing hand traps and hoping the opponent has no extenders. So that's why we have this. For going first, let's just play Solemns. 1 Solemn Accusation, 1 Solemn Judgment, 1 Solemn Strike. We can play Deck Lockdown. Deck Lockdown, Deck Lockdown. Wow. Oh wait, I remembered one thing too. One little thing that we can also play. If the opponent's deck hard loses to Shifter, we can side in Shifter because the deck is kind of fine under Shifter. You don't get to full combo under Shifter with this deck as you need to graveyard a little bit. But you can play the game under Shifter. If your opponent is playing a deck that absolutely cannot play under Shifter, of course we side it in. I guess we probably cut Strike here. No, I guess probably cut Deck Lockdown. Like we already have these cards. We can put in just yeah. Solemn, just place another Solemn back in. We have multiple blowout cards for going first. And that is the whole process of the deck building. Now, we've made the side deck. Now, we have to talk about our side decking patterns. Going second, going first. If we are going second, definitely cut Regained. Cut Regained. Just cut Regained. Cut Synchro Rumble. We can cut Wake Up. We can cut Phalanx. We can cut Bonds. We can probably cut Gargoyle. And we can probably cut WALBAZ. We can probably cut Golden Sword Soul. We can probably cut Lubella. We can probably cut Magnemite. So going second, we have so many cards that we can play. Or like side into. Well actually, now that I think about it, this is like way too many going first blowouts. We shouldn't really be running going first blowouts because the problem with this deck is not that your board is not strong enough. It's that you must stop the opponent from making any board at all. Molcharmy Purulia is the best one for this. As Fualos still kind of lets your opponent do some plays, but Purulia, then they're gonna have to give you draws just by normal summoning if you activate Purulia in the standby phase. Now I think about it, we can probably cut Bestials here too, but that all depends on the metagame, of course. Side deck depends always on the metagame. Let me think here. We can put more IMPERM in the side deck so that we can draw them with Purulia. Now that I think about it. But I think this is enough for the side deck. Let's just count how many cards we can side out going second, because they just are super bad to draw going second. Gargoyle 1, Wake Up 2, Phalanx 3, Bonds 4, Golden 5, WALBAZ 6, Rebellion 7 depending on matchup, and Magnemite 8, depending on matchup. Regain, 10. Sync Rumble, 11. You can side in your whole extra deck, basically. Okay. And, also, I forgot about oh no, I did talk about Centurion Bonds, so, that's all. For the deck theory and side deck patterns. Now, before I show combos, I will mostly just be showcasing combos I've made myself, as there are many other videos online from more skilled creators showing normal Centurion combos. For closing remarks, the bestials aren't too important, but if you draw Rebellion with access to something to banish, your board definitely gets stronger with your gain draws, followed up by summoning bestials from grave, access to synchro level 10s, but I would definitely side them out depending on the matchup. The deck has a lot of undesirable draws. It doesn't feel very good. Like HI, Gargoyle, Wake Up is fine, Phalanx is fine because you can discard it, but yeah, you can side them out going second for loads of hand traps. For non-engine, definitely run all negation hand traps or things like that. Centur-Ion really struggles to break through even half boards. The end boards aren't the best, but you can consistently get 4 interruptions. It can play through a lot of turn-ending hand traps that other decks cannot, like Shifter, or Multramis, or Droll. It has its flaws. But if this interests you, then please, give this deck a try. Maybe you like it because of the mechs, the waifus, placing monsters in continuous traps, synchro something on the opponent's turn as a main game plan, or synchro level 12 spam. Other than that, I would like to say thank you for watching this whole video. I've spent quite a while making this video. I haven't put this much effort in a video ever, other than the proof of concept video. And yeah, I think by the amount of effort that I've put into this video, I can really say I love YGO, man.